are back on Get Up, and attorneys representing Gina Ford, who was the former marketing manager for Zion Williamson, have asked a federal judge in North Carolina to deny his motion for partial judgment and thus allow them to conduct discovery into Williamson's parents' living arrangements and financial history before and during his time at Duke. We've been following this a little and always with the help of our legal analyst extraordinaire and our friend Ryan Smith. Ryan, thank you. Can you interpret this latest for the layperson? What is at stake here?
Yeah, what's at stake is she's ramping up the legal stakes. And here's what it is. It's the perspective of the possibility of Zion, Coach K, his parents, and others testifying in millions of dollars at stake. Here's what she's trying to say. Zion essentially is trying to say, we never had a contract with her. There are things she didn't have in the contract, like saying my eligibility is at risk if I sign with you, therefore it never existed. She is saying, look, that wouldn't even matter because he was never really a student athlete because he was doing things that would have made him ineligible. So she's trying to get discovery on those matters to try to prove her point, and all of that would involve trying to get testimony from Zion, Coach K, and others.
So there's money involved. We all understand that. But I think for most sports fans, this is something bigger than other people's money. This is, I suppose, about the reputation of one of the most beloved and successful coaches in the history of American sports. So, Ryan, how strong is the evidence that links Coach K to anything in this?
You know, Greeny, at this stage, that's part of the problem. Where's the evidence? What you have in this so far is that Ford's team is talking about how Coach K had discussions with Zion about setting him up for his career with his work, with what he does at Duke. So I don't know if that's really something that you can take to a judge and say he might have passed along an improper benefit. She also claims in this lawsuit that Zion, essentially his family went from living in a place in South Carolina for less than $1,000 a month rent to moving to Duke and living in a place that was worth almost $1 million after he signed with Duke. So those things to the layman might sound like, hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. But in a courtroom, that might not be enough to force Coach K to come in and answer questions about eligibility and whether he gave an improper benefit.
So, Ryan, from your experience, what is the likeliest outcome here?
Yeah, I think the big question becomes, will Zion and Coach K have to testify? And I think right now, that is not as likely as it seems. It's not impossible. Ford's team is going to argue tooth and nail that this is necessary to prove our case. This is what we have to do. But Zion's team is going to say, look, this is all irrelevant. It's all designed to embarrass Zion. It's scandalous. Same with Coach K. And therefore, none of it should come in. It's all designed to push for a settlement. So I think I would not be surprised at the end of the day if all of this ended in a settlement. But right now, Ford's team's goal is, let me see if I can get these people to talk on the record, because that could change everything in this case.
All right, Ryan, we'll keep leaning on you for the insight here, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.